Hey, happy Saturday. Welcome back to the channel. This is Lone Star Chick Plans, and today we're going to be talking about the rest of our June budget. So paycheck number 2, we're going to close this budget out for June. So if you want to stick around and find out how it went, then stay tuned for the video. Okay, you guys, so let's get right into the numbers. I don't want to make this video too long, so we'll just get right into it. So we started with a rollover of $228.43. That was what we rolled over from paycheck number 1, and I did that with the intention of adding that to my debt payment for Discover, and so that's pretty much where that money went. For income this paycheck, we did have our normal paycheck income. That was $2,082.64. My son contributed $200. We did make $50 on some stuff that we sold on Facebook Marketplace, and then my husband made some extra side hustle money and gave me $80 to put towards, groceries or whatever, and I just put it towards groceries. So that was a total of $2,412.64. So we'll just go ahead and move on here to our savings. So I'm trying to do this on my tablet, you guys, and sometimes I'm pushing buttons and I don't know. So anyways, our house savings is $125. We save that off the top. That goes right into our house account, and that is kind of like our emergency fund, maintenance fund, just a catch-all fund. We don't have it all separated and segregated out, so we just dump it all into one account and just use it as we see fit. We also were able to save $466 in sinking funds, and that was mostly due to the fact that I didn't save anything last month. I just skipped saving altogether. So that I could make my Discover payment for, I think I ended up paying like $1,100 or $1,200. So this month we had to kind of play catch up and save that money. For investments, I did contribute $10 to my SoFi IRA as normal. It's not much, but it is a lot. It is doing a lot. For the $10 that I've been putting in for the last, 8 to 10 months, my money has already doubled. I just checked on it yesterday, and when I had checked on it, it had pretty much doubled from what I started with. So it's not a lot, but it is something, and it's working. So I'm happy about that. So, and that's not everything we have. I'm just kind of dabbling with this right now. We do have other investments, so this is not the only investment that we're doing. I do invest through work, through my 401k, so I also have that going. And my husband also has, a pension plan through his employer. So this isn't our only investments. We do have other investments. So the only bills that we had to pay this paycheck was Hulu, and that was $3.24. And the only reason why it's still on this paycheck and not with everything else is because I got this on a Black Friday deal, and if I move it, I would have to cancel or pause my subscription and then restart it, and it probably wouldn't give me the same price. So because of that, I have just left it, and I'll just pay it on this paycheck until I don't want it anymore, until the price goes up again. So for now, it's $3.24, and that was paid. So as far as debt goes this paycheck, I did make my $275 student loan payment. I did pay my Discover bill for $850. That was all I was able to pay this month. So I'm still happy about that progress, because I didn't even think that I would be able to pay that much, but I did. So I'm happy with that. My pays in number 7, that's my new medical bill. That's $10.72 a month. And then I have 2 more payments left on my PayPal paying for. That was for savings challenges that I bought that I haven't showed you guys yet. That was $11.45. And then for our variables, so we'll just kind of zoom in a little bit here so you guys can see. So for variables this pay period, I did budget $975.73. What was actually spent was $882.37. That left us with $93.36 under budget. Did y'all hear me? Under budget. Okay, under budget. So that means leftover money. So if you noticed, my budget projected column shows I'm over budgeted by $86.07. That's because I put this extra overage towards debt. That is why it is saying 8607. Because even though I had it difference calculated here, the money was still available in my actual amounts. So I was able to put that towards debt. So that's what I did there. That's why that number is showing negative, in case you were wondering. Yes, technically I was over budgeted because everything was allocated. It just wasn't all spent. So as far as budgeted versus actual, I did have this money still available at the end of the pay cycle. So I went ahead and paid everything I could towards debt. And I like kind of like even numbers. So that's why I didn't put $857. I just kind of just left the $7 to roll it over to next month. So for the individual categories, we'll just run through that real quick. Groceries, I budgeted $400. We only spent $263.71. That left us with $136.29 left over. Eating out, we budgeted our normal $100, and actual was only $85.32. So we were under budget $14.68. Gas, I normally budget $75, but this pay period I knew that a couple of things were going on, so I did budget a little bit more, and look at that, came in right at $100.40, so 40 cents over what I budgeted. That's crazy. Pets, we did budget $42 so I could get my doggy another bag of dog food, but she did not need it yet, so we were able to not spend that money. Beauty, I did get my lashes refilled. That was $65. Spending, I always allot about $100 for miscellaneous spending, and I did go over a budget there. That was $199.21, so I was over budget $99.21. For the wedding, my whole entire outfit for the wedding was $107.53. Not too bad. I was thinking it was going to be more like $200, but it came in at $107.53, so I'm happy about that. That was dress, shoes, and jewelry, so I'm okay with that. Household, we bought a couple of things, and that was $61.20, and we used our Facebook Marketplace money to offset some of that cost. So we'll see that in below. So let's get a little bit into the spending here. So we'll just quickly run through all of the spending. So I did buy an acrylic tumbler riser for the most recent craft show that we did a couple of weeks ago. And I bought it to kind of like display my tumblers that I was selling, and that was $10.51. I did buy 2 shirts to make shirts for the craft show, and that was one for me, one for my mom, and that was $11.84. I did take a bunch of clothes to the cleaners. I'm talking like a bunch, like a couple of shirts and a bunch of jeans and pants and stuff like that, especially with the wedding coming up. I got all my husband's jeans laundered and dry cleaned and starched and all that stuff, so he could just pick whatever he wants to wear. I did buy some Etsy planner dashboards for my planner. That was $6.60 on Etsy. I am a planner girly, so I love using my planner and I like to decorate it, and so I bought some of those, and I just print them on vellum paper, just kind of like as a cover sheet in my planner for the months. The dress that I bought for the wedding was $44.18 on Amazon. I did buy a dice tower to go with the savings challenges, and dice to go with the savings challenges that you guys haven't seen yet, and that was on Amazon, and that was $14.59 and $6.38. I did get my lashes refilled. That was $65. I did this was part of the household items that we bought with our Facebook Marketplace money. We have kind of like an old office chair in our, shop or whatever, and the chair was just kind of crumbling, and every time you would sit in the chair, you would just get really dirty. So I got a cover, like a slip cover, to cover the chair. We also have a Blackstone, and we got one of those like silicone cover mats for when you like store it and put it away. And that was $29.20 for the size that we have. And then we also were doing like a big overhaul on our back patio, just getting rid of a bunch of stuff, cleaning, power washing, stuff like that. And we do have string lights out there. Lighting up our porch, so we don't normally turn the lights on because it just attracts too many bugs. So our string lights, there was several of the bulbs that needed to be replaced, but I didn't have enough, so I ordered another box, and that was $23.47. We did save $125 in our house savings. I did contribute $10 to my SoFi IRA. I did pay my student loan bill, which was $275. I did cash in some rewards, and I put that towards spending, and that was $25.79. Oh, I just wanted to, I'll talk about it when I'm done. I just wanted to go over, the color coding on this thing. So I did put gas at Murphy. This was $25.30. And then I put gas again at Buc-ee's for $29. This was in the same day, if you notice the dates. This was, we just kind of impromptu, really quick, went and took a trip down to Corpus Christi. That's about 3 hours away from where I live. I live outside of the Houston area, and my great aunt, who did end up passing away, was not doing so well when we got a phone call over the weekend. So we just decided to just jump in the car and go spend some time with her before she would pass. And so that's what we did. And so it was kind of impromptu, but it was at kind of like the beginning of the pay cycle. It was like the 16th, and I got paid about the 13th. And so that was what happened there. And so it ended up being like on the same day. So I put gas to drive over there and drive back, but then I also needed gas for work for the following week, so I had to fill up again on the same day. So that's what that was. I did buy groceries at Kroger. That was $179.77. We did get breakfast the day that we went up to Corpus, and that was breakfast at Whataburger. That was $13.29. On the way back home, we did stop and get a couple of drinks and some snacks for the drive home, but we didn't stop and get any other food. We just ate at home for dinner. We just went up and came back the same day. We just spent most of the day there and then came back in the afternoon. That was $9.28 at the gas station. I did buy some A5 envelopes because I'm working on my A5 binder that I'm going to use for my savings challenges, and that was $7.46. I did buy a scratch off tool for, scratch and save savings challenges, and that was $7.46. I did save $4.66 in sinking funds. I did cash in $36.85 for my American Express rewards. I did pay $3.24 for Hulu. I did put gas at Murphy again. That was $27, and that was to fill up my husband's truck for the craft show, for the drive that we had to make. It was kind of, a little bit further out from our house, and his truck was, needing gas to get there and back. And I needed his truck, not, I couldn't use my car. So I just put some gas in it. That was $27. And then put gas in my car. That was $19.10. And then Kroger, I bought $82.47 worth of groceries. Then I did pay my Payza number 7, and that was $10.72. I paid my PayPal, the second payment of my PayPal, paying 4 payments for my savings challenges I bought. That was $11.45. I did spend $5.33 on Etsy, and I don't even remember for what. The shoes that I bought for the wedding were $28.81 on Amazon. I also bought some, I guess they're kind of like small like makeup drawers, but I'm using them for organization in my closet, and that was $22.67. They were on a really good deal, so I went ahead and snatched them up while they were on a good sale. We did get Taco Bell for dinner the day of the craft show. We also got Chick-fil-A for lunch the day of the craft show because, guys, it was so hot. It was so hot by the time we set up. We didn't even eat breakfast that day because we were on the go. So this was like the first meal of the day was Chick-fil-A, and my brother came and helped us. So I just bought lunch for everyone. That was like 4 of us, and it was like $50. So that was that. And then I brought my brother dinner after we were done with the craft show. He helped me unload the truck and everything like that. And so I did, buy him some dinner. That was $12.75. And then I rented a movie, and that was 52 cents on Amazon because I had some digital rewards. I did go to Walmart and spend $38.32 because we needed some laundry soap, some Ziploc baggies, and I think I bought a bag of trail mix for $38.32. So I did buy a treadmill desk for $55.44 on Amazon. I'm gonna start like a little fitness journey. I'm trying to get healthy and lose some weight, and now that I've been cleared, I had my surgery, I'm able to exercise and do all the things. I got like a treadmill to start, and I got a little, not exercise equipment, but just a couple of weights and stuff like that to start my journey. So I may start sharing some of that part and just kind of start a new playlist and just kind of do some of those videos. If you guys are interested in that, probably some meal prep, stuff like that. I'm just going to try to get into it. I've done it before, so I know what I need to do. I know, what exercise and stuff like that I need to do. Like, I've done this before, so like I kind of know what to do. So I'm just going to share. If you guys want to watch, that's cool. Walmart, I bought a monitor stand for my desk, for when I work from home and when I do videos and stuff like that. The monitors I have take up a lot of real estate on my desk, and I'm just kind of running out of room when I'm trying to film and stuff like that. So I bought it's like a monitor stand, but instead of it taking up, 2 monitor stands on my desk, it will be 1, and it's very small. So the monitors will kind of just be in free fall, on, over the desk instead of just on the desk. So it's going to free up a lot of space for me. So I'm like, I've been waiting on that to go on sale, and it finally did. So I snatched it up. That was $37.09 from Walmart. I did buy jewelry for the wedding, and that was $24.54. I did cash in some more rewards, and that was $4.56. And then I did pay $10 for my nails to get done for the wedding, and that was $10. And then that was our Chick-fil-A, and then I made my Discover payment, was the last thing I did this month. So I'll just bring you guys overall to the monthly dashboard. So our monthly dashboard, this is the summary of the month. So this is the whole entire month at a glance. So I just want to go over it with you guys real quick. I won't go through all the spending and stuff. We'll just go over the numbers real quick so you can see overall for the month what happened in my budget. So we started with $100.38 of rollover to start the month. We had income of $5,097.29. That was $4,165.28 of paycheck income. That was $466 for my son contributing for his cell phone and for the household. My daughter contributed $40 for her cell phone. My husband contributed $105 for the DirecTV bill. So for house savings, or savings in general, we saved $716. For house savings, we saved $250, and for sinking funds, we saved $466. My SoFi IRA, I contributed $10 right there. For bills, we paid $747.85 in bills for the whole entire month. That was household bills and subscriptions all together, and that was everything that we paid. So right under $750 is what our bills for the household cost. Now, this does not include car insurance. This does not include property taxes. This does not include home insurance. This does not include our windstorm insurance. This is just household bills. So yeah, so everything pretty much came in on target. From what we budgeted, we really didn't have anything that came in over. Everything was okay. I know next month my Frontier bill is finally going to kick in because it's been several months of not having to pay. So I do believe I got the email already, and it said that I'm going to owe, it's not the full bill though. It's still, I still had some credit for this following month. So I think it's like $18 or something like that is what my new internet bill is going to be. So I'll take it. But really, that's really kind of the only thing changing in the next month, I believe. I think so. So anyways, so for debt this month, I did pay $1,634.76 in total for debt. That is my normal budgeted amount, about $1,600-ish. So if I'm able to pay anything over that, that is amazing. I want to be able to contribute $1,000 towards my Discover payment. And really, if I hadn't done the wedding, I probably would have been able to make that. So I know for the month of July, I don't have that kind of stuff going on in my budget. So I should be able to try to pull that off in July, God willing. So this month was pretty normal. We paid just all of our minimums on everything. I did manage to pay my care credit off in full. So that also will free up some additional income for the month of July, which may let me put some more towards Discover as well. I forgot about that. So do have some money coming up there. Hopefully that works out. So that's it for debt. Now for our variables this month. We were overall under budget, $134.99 overall, and that was mostly attributed to groceries. So I budgeted $800 for groceries. We only spent $644.56. For eating out, I budgeted $200, and we spent almost the whole $200. We were at $196.48. For gas, I budgeted $175. We came in at $147.40. So we were $27.60 under budget there. For pets, we did not have to buy anything for her this month. She just didn't need it. So, but in July, we will have to. Beauty, that was $130, and that was right on target. For spending, I allotted $200 for miscellaneous spending for the household, and that came in at $293.57. We did take a little weekend vacation to Dallas, Texas, and that was $275.56. I did buy my husband some clothes, and that was $140.77. I did get reimbursed by my FSA account for some Allegra that I bought with my Flex spending account. That was $16.99. I did get my dog her subscription on her hemp chews for her arthritis, and that was $23.71. So I deposited $24 from her sinking fund, and that paid for that. And then the June craft show that we did, the entry fee was $44, so I paid that. And then the wedding was $107.53, and then the household money that we spent was $61.20. So that's pretty much how we're looking for the month of June. That is how we're looking for the month. We are rolling over $7.29 into the month of July. I just kind of wanted to talk about real quick the color coding on my sheet here. So as I've said before, this Google budget sheet is linked in my description below. I just love it, but it's also totally customizable. If you don't like these colors but you like the sheet, you can change the colors. You can go into the theme section and you can actually change all the colors on this to be whatever colors you'd like. You can change the font. You can do so many things. You can kind of customize it to make it your own. I just kind of loved it the way that it was, so I just kind of kept it, but you can totally change it if you wanted to. So for the color coding here, the yellow is for my Capital One Saver Rewards card. I'm pretty much cashless. I don't really do cash, only my sinking funds. I do budget digitally, also on paper when I playing with the numbers, working out numbers, I'll do paper. But also, I do use my credit cards to leverage my rewards to help me offset expenses. And that is what is going on here with the color coding. The yellow is for my Capital One Saver Rewards card. I do have that linked below in the description. So if you're interested in looking to see what the benefits are, you can look it up by clicking on that link. The blue is for my American Express Blue Cash Preferred card. And that one, so my Capital One card, I use it for kind of like my everyday spending. My American Express Blue Cash Preferred card, I use it for groceries, for gas, and for subscriptions only, because it nets me the most rewards for using that card. So instead of using my Capital One card for subscriptions, American Express actually gives me more cash back. So I did switch everything over to my American Express card, and I don't normally like really carry balances on these cards. I'm always paying them off and paying them in full. And since I've had the cards, and that's already almost been a year for my Capital One card. My American Express card, I got that one around December when I found out the benefits of it by watching other YouTubers. And so I thought I would try it and see if it works for me. And I do love both of them. I love both of them. The Capital One card, I do like that one. Just to kind of not go into too much detail here, but I like the Capital One card because it does have a virtual card that you can use, and you can use it one time, or you can use it for, you know, just a certain bill that you pay. You can actually customize many virtual credit card numbers for all of your bills or for certain spending. You can do all of that. And the reason I got the card in the first place was because I was experiencing a lot of fraud on my checking account. And the bank that I use is a credit union, but they were just not helpful. And I was tired of having to get a new card every week. And then my card would get, you know, cut off. And then my bills wouldn't be paid because everything's on auto pay. And it was just a mess and a headache having to go get a new card when I don't live close to anything. I live in a rural area. I don't live close to anything. I have to go to town to do anything. And by the time I get off work, it's too late. So it was really hard to have to keep going to the bank every time. So I had switched everything over to a credit card. And I haven't really experienced any fraud or any issues with the card yet. It's been working really great. And it's been, you know, back to normal. So I limit the transactions. I don't even use my debit card anymore. It just kind of sits in my wallet. I just do everything digitally. So I do all my spending on my Capital One card, my normal everyday spending, whatever I can put on there, I put on there. And then my Blue Cash Preferred card, I only use it for those certain things. So for groceries, gas, and cashback, groceries, gas, and subscriptions. I'm sorry, I can't talk. So that's what I do for those, and that is the reason for the color coding. The yellow is Capital One and the blue is American Express. Now sometimes I will color them a different color in this column where the dollars go, because as I'm paying it, I try to settle them out weekly, so pay the balances in full every week. So I'll normally make at least, at a minimum, I will make one payment per paycheck. But most of the time I'm making 2 payments per paycheck. So in order to differentiate what has already been paid versus what hasn't been paid, I will normally color the amount column in different colors so that I know what was on what payment, and then I know what was on the other payment. So that's kind of the color coding on that. And then this was because this was the cutoff. This area was the cutoff for the next pay period. So that's the reason between yellow and blue. And then the white is just bank spending. So that is what actually had to come out of my bank account. That wasn't on a credit card. So that is the color, kind of the color coding scheme that I have going on here. That's the reason for it, is just to keep track of what was on what if I need to. But yeah, that's it, you guys. So we're gonna start off July with $7.29. And I think that's it for now. We'll see you guys on the next budget video. You guys should already be seeing the debt video, so you guys can catch up on that. And then yeah, so we'll see you in the July budget with me video. All right, guys, happy budgeting. Talk to you later. Bye.